What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse? Welcome back to the Marvelous Wave, and today we have some exciting news about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness to discuss and break down with you. Again, the giveaway continues for the posable Spider-Man figures. Just like the video and subscribe with notifications on, and then follow the rest of the really simple rules in the description below. Now let's get into it. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness for me by far is my most anticipated Marvel film of 2022, with the prospects of the multiverse just barely opening up in both Loki as well as Spider-Man No Way Home. It's clear that Marvel is just getting started, with Multiverse of Madness looking like it's going to be the main course. With this, we have the potential of various Marvel characters from different companies and different versions of different characters that can actually appear in the multiverse. For example, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine could actually appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, meaning it's plausible. There is actually a prominent X-Men figure that will be apparently featured in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness that was leaked in concept art as well as story details, and that is obviously Professor X. And we're actually getting some smaller details about Professor X as well as his apparent fight with Wanda within his mind. One of the biggest questions that many fans have had, myself included, moving into Multiverse of Madness is which depiction of Professor X will actually be making an appearance. Will it be the one played by a younger James McAvoy, or the older depiction played again by Patrick Stewart? And will this be the same continuity as the X-Men films? Well, apparently today we have the answers to both of those questions. Apparently, not only will Patrick Stewart return, but so will James McAvoy, with Patrick Stewart being the main Professor X that will appear throughout the film. It's rumored that Professor X will be a part of the Illuminati, and will sort of serve as multiversal protectors and gatekeepers, and will come into direct conflict with Wanda Maximoff after she breaks open the multiverse. Professor X and Scarlet Witch are set to have an altercation within Professor X's mind, where within his mind he's portrayed as his younger self in James McAvoy. However, we're hearing reports that this is not the same Professor X from the continuity of the X-Men live-action film, but instead is a version more akin to his comic counterpart in the depiction of Professor X from the 90s X-Men cartoon, with it being hinted at in the film that he is not the same interpretation from the main X-Men franchise developed by Fox. In the fight, it is also stated that Scarlet Witch will ultimately best Professor X. What's interesting about this depiction of Professor X is it's sort of an amalgamation of his three most popular depictions, that being James McAvoy, Patrick Stewart, as well as the 90s cartoon. It may actually be confirmed in Multiverse of Madness that he stems directly from the 90s cartoon universe, with references to the cartoon. Apparently, Professor X will also be one of the leading members of the Illuminati, but again, that the group ultimately fails in stopping Scarlet Witch as she's grown too powerful. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? Again, this story is still very much developing, and we'll do our best to keep you guys as up to date on it as possible. But as of all of the rumors right now, I am super excited to see Professor X potentially show up again in Multiverse of Madness. But the big question here, guys, is do you like this idea that it's actually the 90s Professor X and not the live action X-Men universes? As again, I guess it wouldn't really make sense for them to return as both of their stories have sort of concluded, so it makes sense that Professor X would be a variant from an alternate universe that we're not familiar with. Anyway, my friends, leave your thoughts and theories on this in the comments down below, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next video.